Shalom family, it's your man Elijah, and as usual, I am still a healthy, wise, strong, protected, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. Let's go ahead and jump in, family. How you doing? Shalom again. I know it's been a while since we spoke. I put out my last video. My last video I just put out, when I showed y'all a little bit of me working with the Paleo Hebrew, trying to translate it to speak to the beings, right? But I've been working on that and some other things. Another video I've been working on right now. But I know I've been MIA for about a week. It seemed like that long, but it really hasn't been that long. But I'm not going to take up too much of y'all time, family. I just want to speak real quick on some subjects that have been coming up these past 2 days. Specifically, aliens, or whatever you want to call them. Extraterrestrial beings. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm an expert. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm talking with the Galactic Council. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this and that. I'm going to tell you what I know from my studies. I'm going to tell you what I know, what my spirit is telling me. And one thing is important, family, and I keep hearing people bringing up Project Bluebeam, deception. Yes, these are real things. But don't let the deception deceive you. Don't think that everything is a deception, family. And I'm gonna be careful about what I say, but let's call them Big Brother, right? Big Brother upstairs. I'm not talking about the Most High Creator of the multiverse. I'm not talking about spiritual beings. I'm talking about Big Brother. You know who I'm talking about, because I don't want them to take this down and say I'm spreading this or that, or somebody coming here talking about I'm trying to spread dissension upon the population or something like that. But know that Big Brother is a liar and a thief, and Big Brother don't have nothing good for you, and Big Brother would want nothing more than to destroy you. So don't let Big Brother deceive you. Remember, family, people were talking about, remember September 11th and how people were saying that certain people might have been, that was actually a planned operation to give us an excuse to go into Afghanistan and Iraq, and then later on to find out that, well, some of us who've done the studying, that in Iraq and so-called old Mesopotamia, that they had certain technology that they found that we wanted to get our hands on, and that was the only way we can get it. I want you to keep that in mind right now, family. Keep in mind the videos I put up. Remember, we were talking about 5th gen warfare. Remember, family, I've been telling you, the enemy is deceptive. Deception is used in warfare. They might tell you to look here, when in reality you should be looking there. I said it again. I mentioned in my last video, the movie Don't Look Up, family. They tell you not to look up, when in reality they tell you not to look up when that's where you should be looking. Or they tell you don't look down, then that's when you should be looking up. Family, be aware of Uncle trying to implement their own alien invasion to introduce their allies. That don't mean that, because I'll put it like this, family. There could actually be an alien invasion coming that we don't know about, right? But what they don't want us to know is these so-called aliens, and I use this word loosely because I don't think that when you understand what it truly is outside of this dome, they're not aliens, family. But they want you to think, right? So let's say, okay, let me start this over. So let's say there is an alien invasion coming. But it's so-called aliens coming to free the common man, to free the downtrodden, to free those who have had a boot on our neck this entire time, right? It could be so-called aliens coming to free us, but they don't want that to happen. The powers to be don't want that to happen. They don't want us to be free. So what do? They do false operations, right? They create. Then this is where that Project Bluebeam. And remember the Spider-Man movie with Mysterio? And remember Mysterio had all the little drones, right? And the drones were surrounded by holograms, so they looked like actual big monsters attacking when in reality it was just drones. Be aware of things like this happening, family. Attacks in certain areas to make you think that it's War of the Worlds, that these outside beings are coming to attack and destroy everyone, when that's not the case. That this could be a psyop for them to make you think that they are the enemy, so by the time your liberators come, you'll be meeting them as enemies instead of as someone who's coming to set you free. So be aware of that, family. Don't think everything is fake either. So just, I want y'all to keep this in mind. And do I know that this is the actual invasion right now, family? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I do know there's more to come. So sit in your seats, get your popcorn. There's more to come. Things gonna get a lot more crazier until that time comes. No man knows the day or hour, family, but it's coming. And I will say this. You know how you know it's coming? And before I say this, I'm gonna bring up again the Book of Mormon, the sealed portion, and there's a book called The Iron Republic. It's about the ice walls and civilizations outside the ice wall. Read these books and read how the government systems in these books are run. And that'll give you an idea of what I'm about to tell you about how you know. Because people are asking, is this the time? Is this it? Family, look, when it's time, when it's that time, I have a feeling, look, when it's really that time, you're not going to have no choice but to accept it. You're going to have to move. It's not going to be no sit there and when it's time, family. It's going to be no doubt about it. But how do you know who is for you and who isn't for you? Family, I'm going to tell you this once again why I said, and this is why it's important. Study to make yourself approved, right? And remember, Hebrew, if we've been reading the Keys of Enoch, remember the Keys of Enoch talks about the Galactic Federation, right? It talks about Hebrew is actually the universal language of science. And numbers are a universal language in itself. Because remember, we live in a matrix. Just like the computer system is made up of ones and zeros, right? This matrix we live in is made up of ones and zeros. You know, the circle. Look at the symbolization of the zero, right? That is a representation of life, of the reality we live in, the reality of death and rebirth over and over again, past lives, going through life over and over again, right? And the one is representation of the all, of everyone being one. So that's why everything is written in ones and zeros. So how you know that day is really here? Okay. How you know who is for you and who isn't, family? I'll put it like this. If aliens show up, right? Okay, hold on. Let me say this. And I've said this before. I had a conversation with someone back in the day. And I asked them, if some government officials came to you after lying to you for years, right? And suddenly took you to a secret facility, took you down in the basement, and took you on like a two-way mirror, right? Like they have in the shows with the police officer when they do the lineups, right? And they flip a switch on, and all of a sudden they show you a creature in another room and tell you that's an alien. And it's the government telling you. I tell you, don't believe them. Why would I say you don't believe them, family? Because we've been lied to so much already. Out of all this time you lying to us, why would I expect you to tell us the truth now? How do you know that so-called being that they showing you in the room is an alien? How do you know that creature is not from the center of the earth? How do you know that creature is not from some land on the earth that we've been lied to about this whole time that we didn't even know exists? How do we know that creature isn't from some cave somewhere? How do we know that creature isn't some biological experiment they've created or some android? Family, they've lied to us so much we don't know what technology they do or don't have. Because we've been lied to so much. So this is how you know that true time has come. And like I said anyway, when it's really here, that time, you're not going to be a fighter. It's just going to happen. You're going to be there. You're not going to be able to stop it. But if you're there and you question, is this the right thing? Is this where we're supposed to be? Did we choose the right side? The enemy, I'll put it like this, family. If aliens invade, right, and you still sitting at home, or so-called aliens, right, and you want to know who's for you, who isn't. If the so-called aliens or creatures you follow sit here and tell you, oh, you need to continue to go to school, continue to listen to your government, continue to eat this food that's murking you from the inside out, continue to go to work, trade your life and your youth and your time for some corporation, become slaves, go live in some smart city or some 15-minute city. If this is what they're telling you, you know that this is not who you need to be following. This is why, once again, the Book of Mormon, the sealed portion, and the Iron Republic. Look at the government. The people were not made for the government, but the government is made for the people. The people were not made for a king, but the king was made for the people. It's supposed to be a symbiotic relationship, family. You're one. We're supposed to live in a world to where equality reigns, where no one is better than anyone else. Yes, people have different jobs, different purposes, but yet we are all equal, truly equal under the guise of the laws of the universe. The true laws. Don't kill, don't steal. We all here. Respect each other. Respect Gaia. Respect your brothers, your sisters, your neighbors. Respect your neighbors as your brothers, even if you don't like them. And I know that's a lot to say because, shoot, your own brothers and sisters. Look, anyway. But that's a sign, family. How you know whether you chose the right side or not depends on how they treat you. If they want you to continue to go on in the beast system, families, once again, this is why I keep telling y'all. Y'all think a chip or something or a tattoo or this is a mark. It's not. It's not the mark of the beast, family. It's your mind. I'm telling y'all, this is what I'm saying. The true mark of the beast is when they got your mind and your spirit all the way. They don't need to do nothing to where you'll be so crazy to where you will let them tattoo something on you. Because they'll come with some cockamamie idea and say, oh, you're not a good citizen unless you let us tattoo you because it's for the good of the country. You know what the mark of the beast, the true mark of the beast, being in your mind and in your spirit is? It's them, the enemy, having true control over you. Having control over your desires, of your choices. To where you become a zombie, a robot, to do what they want. And you don't question it. And you can't even see the truth. You can't even see the lies. The true mark of a beast system would be them coming there and the government telling you, oh, you know what, there's a new disease out here. And the only way we can stop it is if we start burning infants alive. And then you, because you and your fear and your God, who you trust for your protection, has told you that this is the only way to save yourself out of selfishness, now you're going to go burn babies. How you think these civilizations came about back in the day? When they were talking about sacrificing babies. Because of people who are ignorant to the truth of the mark. Family, the mark has been here since Adam and Eve. There are two beast systems. There's the beast system run by the Most High and the beast system run by the beast. Family, I'm a beast, you're a beast. We are all beasts. Accept it. We live in the beast system. We've accepted it. It's just the difference is, which beast system do you pertain to? Do you want to follow? You want to follow the beast system that follows under the, if you want to call it, Galactic Federation or the universal laws of the universe? To love the Creator with all your heart and do it to others as you want them to do unto you? Or do you want to live under the beast system run by the Avatar, that is run specifically off the flesh? One beast system is run by the spirit man, the true you who possesses this avatar, and one beast system is run by the NPC, Mr. Smith, if you want to call it that. Which beast system do you choose this day, family? Let me tell you something, family. These things, that Tang juice that we've been talking about, look, family, it's going to be here today and gone tomorrow. Now, some people going to have to deal with the consequences of drinking that Tang juice for some time to come. But nonetheless, family, it'll never cease to not be a struggle between the spiritual realm, between the spirit and principalities. It will never cease as long as There are avatars. As long as there is a physical realm which is made from the spirit, family, there will always be this struggle. There will always be this fight. It will never go away because people will always, new spirits will constantly be going through their probation. You have to understand this. Get this understanding. New spirits are always going to constantly going through their probation, family. So this struggle between so-called, and that's another thing, and somebody messaged me about this. Look, family, there's no such thing as good or evil. There actually isn't. There's only right or wrong depending on the universe and what you live in, and depending on what level. The higher up you go, the more peaceful it is. You know, the more you don't have these issues. But the more lower in vibration, the lower levels you are, the more destruction there is. But you have to graduate to the higher levels. And the only way to graduate, to ascend to higher levels, family, is to get out of this beast mindset. This beast system mindset. And that goes back to everything that's happening right now with these so-called aliens, what do you want to call it? We got freedom from the beast system coming, family. And know that with change, inevitably comes destruction, family. Just like I said, how you know they're truly for you, from what I know, is all this Babylon is going down. No more of this paper money. No more of this no more of this give me your money so I can give you wisdom and knowledge that is supposed to be yours from birth. That nobody's supposed to be hiding from you. Nobody's supposed to sit here and tell you, oh, you don't need this. I understand as a child going through certain levels and not being ready for certain information, but never that information is hid from you. It's just if it's not time, it's not time until you can mentally handle it. But it should never be hidden from you because of your so-called status in life or because you don't have enough money. Wisdom is free and should be given to all, regardless of your station in life and who you are, where you come from, especially if you're seeking it. But I understand there are older spirits and younger spirits. And a younger spirit ain't ready for certain things until they are. And when they are, who are you to stand in the way and say, give me your money, otherwise I can't give you this wisdom? That's not how it works. And that's who we are, family. Like I said, look, get your popcorn, sit back, and when it's time to move, you're going to know. And these are things to look for to know who's on your side. Don't think that everything is just an illusion. Everything is the enemy. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that they want you to doubt everything until you miss out on your blessing. Because you can't believe that none of this can be true. Because you believe that everything is Project Bluebeam. Because you think that everything is the enemy. No, family, everything is not the enemy. Watch. Pay attention. When it's time, it's time. Like I said, at the end of the day, when it's here, that time, you're not going to be able to help it no way. It's just like the word says, you know. It'll be just like a bolt of lightning. And everybody going to be able to see that bolt of lightning from all around the earth. You're not going to be able to fight from it. It's almost like that sky busting open moment, family. Whatever it looks like, I don't know how it's going to look or whatever. I can only give you the symptoms, the side effects. But so you can get a more deeper understanding of the symptoms and side effects of what's going on, of what the new kingdom is going to look like, or what this new earth is going to look like, family. The sealed portion, the Book of Mormon, the Iron Republic. These are 3 books, and I would say also the Gnostic readings. When you find out about the society of Israelites who moved out of Judea back in the day into the wilderness. Because if you want to understand the Sadducees and Pharisees during the time of Yahusha, just look at the religious organizations today. And anyone who is outside of these religious organizations is called what? A cult. Anyone who wants to go live off the land and take care of themselves and teach their own children is called a cult. And remember, family, anything that's like I said, that's another good way to know who the enemy is. Anything they tell you that you should do is probably what you should be doing. Because it's about control. Right? So anyway, family, that's about it. That's all I got to say for now. Just keep your eyes open. And be cognizant of this beast system. Like I said before, I'm not telling you, look, family, I'm not telling nobody to go out and drink the Tang. I'm not telling nobody to go out and get no jail. That's not what I'm saying. Look, you'd be better off going out and get you a fistful of cyanide pills, if you know what I mean. At least that way it'll be quick instead of slow and agonizing. And I'm not telling nobody to do that. That's not what I'm saying. But look, family, stop falling for the okie doke. This is not the only time in history where someone has threatened people's sovereignty and said, if you don't do this, then you're not going to be able to support your family. Stop being ignorant. This has happened time and time again. Spanish Inquisition, the Greeks, the Maccabees, read about it. Daniel, Babylon invading. There's been many so-called men in ruler positions who have come in and flexed their power over the people, forcing them and telling them they have to live this way and live this way. Not by the universal law, but by their laws. And guess what happened, family? Those times came and they went. Because the sun will come out tomorrow. The sun always comes out tomorrow. If you're willing to listen. If you're willing to upgrade your mind and your spirit, you can hear the sun and you'll see what's coming. Or you can be a sheep and continue to be scared all the time. Anyway, family, I enjoyed you. I know it's been a minute. I hope you enjoyed me. Without further ado, I'm a wise, healthy, strong, protected, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. And I said that kind of backwards, huh? I'll catch you later, family. Be blessed. Shalom.